no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. Yeah, man, yeah, we coming at the right time. Oh, 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 oh. Dave Anderson, morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous.
Man, listen. Good morning to you. Sorry, I'm just a couple of minutes behind. I had to make some runs. Y'all know how it goes. And let me tell you something. I can't make it happen if your boy don't have his morning coffee. If I ain't got my morning coffee, this ain't going to be a good show. And y'all already know what today is. Good morning. Let me know where you're checking in from. Don't just look at me. Talk to your boy. He's handsome. If he ain't nothing else, he is good looking. Salute to you. Shout out. Let's get these super chats popping. Let's get it going. I'm so thrilled because y'all know what today is. It's Smoke Show Wednesday. And ladies and gentlemen, we already know there's no smoke duct on Smoke Show Wednesday. There is no smoke duct on Smoke Show Wednesday. If you want it, the link is in the description. It is. If you got a question, you got a comment, you got a concern, you got a beef, you got an issue, Bobo, bring thine ass to the front of the line. There is no traffic on the Smoke Show. What's happening? What's going on with you? Say good morning. Let me know where you're checking in from, and I need y'all to send this out to 10 people. Like, the numbers should be popping off when your boy is in the building. That's it. Yesterday, not only did I do ARP in the morning, but I did a late edition of Dave Anderson Morning News, right? And I am extremely thrilled to be up in here. Now, I got a question, and I need y'all to answer. I got a question for you. See if I already know the answer. No. A lot of y'all have been talking to me about the packages and when it comes to show music. And I'm trying to figure out who out here wants $100. Would you like $100? Because I want to give you $100. Does anybody want $100 out here? I'm just curious. If you want $100, I need y'all to talk to me in the comments, and I'm going to show y'all how to get $100. I see some people in the building. I see Chicago's in the building. I see Sacramento is in the building bright and early. What up, Miss Dadia? What's happening? Let's see here. Dawn Velma. What up? What up? What up? Dawn in the day. What's happening, Floyd? Good to see you, homie. Let's see. Naomi Brown 86. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, indeed. H-Town is in the building. A lot of people are coming up from Houston. I ain't mad at y'all. You know, I got a huge history in Houston. Not only did I used to live there, but literally I signed a contract 2 weeks prior to Pimp C's death. We were going to do a show called Underground Radio. And the first meeting I had with Pimp C, he said, first thing I want to let you know, Taz, is we ain't playing no damn Beyonce on Underground Radio. It's going to be Underground Radio. It's going to be underground. And I'm like, all right, Chad. Cool. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna be playing no motherfucking Beyonce. Listen, Floyd says, show me the money. So here's the deal, right? In case y'all don't know, I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself what's popping, because y'all don't understand the importance of getting things where they need to be. I am going to show you how to grow your situation. I'm going to show you how to grow your situation and fix it. The one thing that we don't have is access to capital. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to that site right there, mycreditscrub.com. Tell them I sent you. I'm giving you priority access. You dial that number 770-309-8647, and you sign up for a program in order to help you get all those blemishes off your situation. Again, this is legit. This is not anything scammy. I don't put my name on nothing scammy because I'm not like these folks out here. Y'all know how I get down. I do not like scammers. I do not like double talkers, and I do not like bullshitters. So with this, when you sign up, then what I need you to do is either DM me or reach out to me via email with the screenshot of your receipt. I am going to Cash App or Zelle you $100 out of my pocket. Plus, I am going to give you a iPad Cheeks package for Shill Music. So you get to get all of the digital artwork, you get to get all of the videos, you get the entire song, plus the 3 songs that have been unreleased. Plus, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, I was calling it FB Beats, but I've changed the name of the genre I've come up with when it comes to what y'all used to refer to as Afro beats, because that's not Afro beats when I do it. When I do it, we're calling it foundation beats. And so my next album is going to be nothing but foundation beats. And with that, Tethermouth is going to be on this album, as well as a new song that's called You Still Belong to Me. And you're going to get that song before anybody else does. And I'm going to give you the mega edit. The mega edit is literally, I say 6 minutes. Is it 5 minutes? Something like that. It's a long little edit. The mega edit to You Still Belong to Me. And it is dope. And when I tell you it's dope, it is dope. Let me see here. Let me see. How do I? There it is. So let me do it like this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little previews, but you got to go to mycreditscrub.com and make it happen. But Floyd Rivers with the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you, pimping. So what I'm going to do is, because I want y'all to hear this before I put it out. I'm going to give y'all a little sample of this joint. If y'all listen, the song in and of itself is so fire that I was in my Mario bag. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was in my thinking about you all night bag. I was in my why would you want to break up bag. I was in my you should let me love you bag. But I put those rhythms in it. I put some of that boom bap rap y'all love so much that I did deliver. And I wanted to give y'all something that you could absolutely, love. Go to my iPad. Yeah, no, we're not going to the iPad today. But I definitely want y'all to hear this joint, because it is fire. And I'm gonna play it for you, but I need y'all to go to mycreditscrub.com. And I want to acknowledge, while that's processing, my man, the Iceman with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, pimping. The art of making a deal. If we give some dams, you got to give some hundreds. Merry Hump Day, Dave, and the family reporting live from the 305B1 in the building. Let's go. Let me see here. James Graham checking in from Savannah. Yo, when I lived in Savannah, E93 was the radio station. Do y'all know how haunted Savannah is? Haunted with the ghost of our ancestors? Listen. Anthop says, Anthop22 says, I'm going to check it out. Yeah, you need to do that today. Mycreditscrub.com, because I'm going to give you the bread. I got no problem breaking you off, because we are a family here. And not only that, when you have more money, you can operate differently. So I need you to go ahead and do that. Now, I want y'all, do y'all want a preview? Do y'all want a preview of this new joint? Because when I tell you it's fire, yeah, no, James, Savannah is scary as hell, bro. Savannah is scary as hell. Do you not know the term graveyard shift comes from Savannah? The term Saved by the Bell comes from Savannah. There's so much haunted history and so many black bodies that have been buried and built on in Savannah, and they cry out for justice every single time. I don't know if some of y'all believe that or not. I don't really give a goog damn what you believe. I'm telling you what it absolutely is. And I'm not playing X games, but I'm listen. This is, nobody has heard this. I think like 3 people have heard this, and they're all like family. I have not even uploaded this, to the distributor yet, because I'm going to wait. But you will get this along with $100, along with Shill Music, along with the bonus tracks, the artwork, absolutely everything else, if you sign up today at mycreditscrub.com. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to take this down off the screen, because I want y'all to vibe out on this joint, right? Now, keep in mind that I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my ish. This is called You Still Belong to Me. Y'all ready? Here it is. You gotta let it bump.
You've been moving like you're fine now. A new smile with the lights down. A new dress with the wine out. But your eyes still give the signs out. You don't say too much lately, but the silence never played me. You can hide behind the distance, but the feeling still says maybe. I ain't mad, I ain't broken. I just know what went unspoken. Some doors close for a season. Some hearts stay halfway open, yeah. You were more than conversation. You were rhythm, you were reason. I can feel you in the baseline, like your heart is still reaching, yeah. Don't lie, don't lie. I know you still feel it when the moon gets high. Don't hide, don't hide. You still hear my name when the drums outside. You can run, you can breathe. You can tell yourself you're free. But that part of you that loved me still belongs to me. You still belong to me. Not like a chain, like a melody. Not like a claim, like a memory. That little part of your heart still sings with me. You still belong to me. Not like I own you, baby, no, you're free. But when the night gets quiet and you can't sleep, that little part of your heart still reaches me.
Woo! That boy good. That boy good. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Floyd says, smooth as bluebell vanilla ice cream. That is a phenomenal compliment. That is a phenomenal compliment. But the entire album is like that, man. And I'm really hitting you. I still got those joints on there that's going to make you think. And we're going to have some fun joints on there like Tethermouth. But this next record, I'm telling you, ain't going to be nothing but hits. Nothing but hits. We ain't talking none of that nonsense. Getting that return rhythm, understanding who created this music, understand who built this music. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it really is an opportunity for us to really take back our dominance when it comes to growth and movement in music. So again, if you go to mycreditscrub.com and you hit the link, right, and you sign up, I am going to give you the second single on this Foundation Bounce record. So I'm extremely excited about that. LS says, yo, I dropped 25 on the Cash App for the album. When you do that? You just did that? Let me find out. Did you let me find out when you did that, bro. No, LEROI, is that you? Not like a chain, like a memory. Oh, Monday, bet. Shoot me your email. Shoot me your email, and I'll make sure you get it, fam. That is absolutely nothing. That is not a problem. But yeah, y'all, today is a smoke show, but y'all already know these people don't like to pull up. These people like to talk real greasy in my comments, but they do not like to pull up. And if you got smoke, I suggest you hit the link. It really is that simple. But in the meantime, in between time, because we have a show to do and you need this high quality family entertainment, we're going to have a conversation today. Now, let me not forget my other sponsors, Dadia's Blend. Go to dadiasblend.com. Also, link is in the description. And Vitamin Energy, if you want natural energy without the jitters or the crash, then go ahead and let's make that happen. Now we got out the way. We got to talk about AI, the military, Trump, China, what's happening with these political power moves, this BS about, voting rights. Y'all going to keep listening to Roland Martin and get your ass handed to you. You're going to keep listening to Roland Martin, you're going to get your ass handed to you. I don't understand why people keep listening to this dude. Because, first of all, why are you listening to somebody that can't do a push-up, can't do a pull-up, gets iPad cheeks, shown all over television, and is not telling the truth about his truth. I don't get it. So the first thing that I want to talk about today, while we're waiting for somebody to be brave enough to come on through here, hit these super chats, this, that, and the third. It's crazy. What up, Sean? What up? What up, P Zion? What's happening? Oh, look. Reaper 362. Hold on. Let's take a bite of my breakfast sandwich, you old bitch ass. Reaper 362 says, imagine being an old ass man telling random strangers online to pull up perfect example of your kind. Still talking. I guess this dude is a child in a grown man's body that never learned to handle their emotions. There is spelled Their with your 5th grade education and being like a 7-Eleven beggar online. I am not a 7-Eleven beggar online, but I want the mods to kick your bitch ass out because you're not coming up here. Like, I don't even get it. Teezy's in the building. Teezy, do me a favor. Bounce Reaper 362's ass up out of here. Iceman said, you just jealous because the Boule bird wears better barbecue bibs, ascots than you was all. See, first of all, I'll have you know, I got ascots too. Look. Get him my iPad. This is a do-rag. I don't got no damn ascot. I'm a grown-ass man, dog. Grown-ass man. Oh, look at you getting banned and deleted. Oh. He says, man, Roland Martin and the left are just trying to come hard at black people who oppose the left right now. Roland was damn near crying yesterday. Already got him up out of here. Let me explain something to y'all. I don't mind you disagreeing. I do mind the disrespect. And guess what? If I am an old ass man at 48 years old, you have a weird definition of what old is. Sorry. On top of that, 48 or not, I'm in the best shape of my life. On top of that, old ass man or not, I'm hot in these streets. In case you ain't heard, I'm him. I'm Hemi Neutron. I'm him Jones. So you can feel however you want to feel, but you're watching me, you raggedy bitch. So like I was saying, Mr. Zoe says, sometimes we give too much energy to the cult of personality. Look in my eyes, what do you see? What gets strong is what we feed. Listen, I'm not mad at you, but I want to talk about, geopolitics from a real place. And I want to talk about what's happening with these oil prices and this Iran war. So let's have a conversation, right? Now, this is according to Reuters. Oil prices plunge after reports U.S. and Iran are close to agreeing on a one-page memo. So President Trump has paused Project Freedom, saying that we've got some progress with the deal. U.S. and Iran are closing in on a one-page memo to end this war, according to a source in Pakistan, and oil prices have fallen and U.S. stocks have risen. So the plan is working. The plan is working. When it comes to the central banks, most of the central banks put rates on hold in April, but since the conflict began, the surge in energy costs has had fuel and transport prices going absolutely crazy. So 6 central banks overseeing the 10 most heavily traded currencies left exchanges unchanged last month. So that's the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, as well as central banks in Canada, New Zealand, and Japan. Hashitashi. Central banks in Switzerland, Australia, Sweden, and Norway did not hold rate setting meetings. So there we go. We are moving in the right direction. And what I need people to understand from a real place is most Americans don't understand geopolitics. They do understand $5 gas. And that's when foreign policy becomes domestic violence on your wallet, bottom line. Because a lot of this stuff gets ugly before it gets beautiful. Just like the big, beautiful bill. It's going to get ugly before it gets beautiful. That's what it is, man. But I'm going to tell y'all something that makes me so excited. What makes me so excited is that these people are now trolling me. They're targeting my YouTube channel. They're targeting my chat because they know what time it is. Cream Soda over here talking about brush your teeth. I brush my teeth with your mama. My teeth have stayed brushed. What are you talking about? So again, I'm so confused. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to brush your teeth with my back. and ban your bitch ass. Bloop. Just like that. Like, again, I don't mind disagreement. I do mind disrespect. MB Zaire said, these people hop online and don't know the difference between they, their, there, two, and two. You ain't never lied. That's it. Mr. Zoe said, the stage is set. It's taken decades for things we see play out. We see the play, but it fails to see the real work that happens behind closed door. Keep up the great work, young man. I do appreciate that. And if y'all want to support the channel, please support the channel with a super chat. It means the world to me. Please support the channel with the Cash App. Thank you to everybody who has sent Cash Apps today. Michelle, thank you for the $25 Cash App. Jimmy, thank you for the $10 Cash App. I appreciate that. Chuck in Little Rock. Little Rock listens to me. Thank you for the $40 super chat. It really means a lot. Not super chat, but Cash App. Cash App is $ the business bully. So, yeah. So the F boys want to come to this side of the chat. Teasy, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You got to check them. You know what? You can't even check them. You know what you got to do? What would Roland tell you to do? You know what Roland would tell you. Roland would say that you got
to jump in his ass.
You got to jump in his ass. He said, I'm in Kansas. He said, why are Democrats saying we lost our right to vote? So let's break this down, okay? Hold on. I got to take a bite of my sandwich. Otherwise, if I don't get enough protein, what winds up happening is I start to get weak, and it's not a good look. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree with that. Forgive me, y'all. Iceman, it is the most Diddy line of the year. I ain't even gonna hold you, homie. But here's why the Democrats are saying we lost the right to vote. Because what happens is Democrats love to cry racism when racism doesn't benefit them. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm trying to pull it up for you. Because I had it. But of course, when I'm looking at it, you know, you can never find what you're looking for when you're looking for it. Let me see if I can get it up like this. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me break this down to you in terms that are very easy to understand. Right? It's so hard for people to have an honest conversation. Oh, and by the way, let me fix this. Y'all ain't tell me my daggone background wasn't backgrounding. Matter of fact, I need to make sure that the lights are matching the background. There we go. Yeah, let's get some of that popping. There we go. So what's happening, so that we're clear, is that the Democrats are acting like racism doesn't have a double-edged sword. So when you start doing things that are based on race and it's discriminatory, it's absolutely insane. So this is what I'm talking about. So this is the majority Black congressional district that was drawn in 2024. Now, I need you to understand this. This is stretching from Shreveport, Louisiana, coming all the way down the middle, down through Alexandria. Then it drops down to Baton Rouge. I'm sorry, then it drops down to Lafayette, then it swings over to Baton Rouge, and then goes all the way back up. How, Sway? That don't even make no sense. The issues, I've lived in Shreveport, I have lived in Baton Rouge, I've lived in New Orleans, and their needs are different. And this is the most densely populated area in the entire state, if you draw it like this, of Black people. The Supreme Court said you can't just draw a district based on the racial makeup of the district. That can't happen. So now it's, oh, well, now your vote's not going to count because it's going to be messed in with people who vote a certain way. Get over it, bitch. That doesn't mean that your rights have been taken away from you. It means that you can't have it one way and not expect for the pendulum to swing the other way. California redistricts maps all the time so that they can get more seats. This, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, is unconstitutional. That's not racism. That's not stripping your rights. That's not going back to Nazi Germany. That in and of itself is showing you how backwards the system is. But see, y'all don't get that talk about what gerrymandering is or redistricting. See, it's gerrymandering when the people you don't like do it. It's redistricting when the people you do like do it. So that in and of itself is the hypocrisy that happens when we're talking about the federal government, local and state government. Like, all of this stuff is absolutely insane, but you can't tell them that because they're absolutely crazy. You know, and that's what people don't understand, man. It's insane. Rockets on top of rockets to prevent further deep space travel, right? Chris says you got to be so delusional about what you want until people wonder how you got it. That's it. System needs a reset on every level. Absolutely, it does. Shout out to my peoples. FBA all day. Thank you, MC109. Appreciate you. Yes, the Democrats use racism to control us. Absolutely. And they don't care about actual Nazis. They know the word Nazi will set you off. And just like I told Lala from New Black America the other day, you would never dress up in a Nazi costume and think that that's okay. You know it's not okay. So why is it okay for somebody who is not black to paint their faces black and walk around? It's the same thing with this gerrymandering or this redistricting. Like, you can't play this game with me, you know? So for me, it pisses me off because this is what they're not telling you. No one is taking away your voting rights. Just like, and they keep telling you this stuff and y'all walk around repeating it. Not y'all, because most of y'all are smart over here. Y'all come here because you have a level of intelligence that's beyond what the regular folks are. Yeah, no, F you too happy to always have you here, man. So the mods are in the building, so act accordingly. But again, if you got smoke, y'all already know what the link is. I'll put it back up for you. Oh, there it is right there. So when it comes to this, they don't want you to think about anything else. How many black people you know don't have an ID? That's my question. How many black people do you know who don't have an ID? I really want y'all to answer me in the chat. How many black people do you know that do not have legal identification? Please give me a number. Because my number is 0. Zero. You gotta have an ID to buy cigarettes. You gotta have an ID to get into the club. You gotta have an ID to buy a weapon. You gotta have an ID to get on the airplane. I don't get it. Testify 87 says 2. You know, 2 people without IDs. I would love for you to come up. I would love for you to come up, King, and talk to me about that. Not so much for smoke, but just to understand why these people don't have IDs. Because that's insane to me. But the majority of black people that black people know have IDs. There's a bunch of illegals with IDs. So what are we talking about here? So black people, let me make sure I'm understanding this. Black people don't have IDs. According to Joe Biden, poor people can learn as well as white people because the majority of people in this country who are poor aren't white, apparently. And white people are the standard of smartness, even though Asians and African foreigners are busting their ass per capita. I'm trying to figure this out. Testify said they're bums. It's not that deep. The people ain't got ID. You need ID for everything. Hell, you need ID to buy cough syrup at a daggone drugstore. What is we talking about? And so they tell you it's racist. These are racist policies. Trump is a racist president. And it's funny, when he was donating to all those Democrats, he wasn't a racist president. And that's what kills me. It's so disrespectful. And it's so ignorant that it doesn't even make any sense. And they're counting on the fact that you're not going to tune in. You're not going to go do no research. You got all the Google in the world. You got all the Google in the world, but you can't even understand that they're playing with you. Burning House TV says Democrats use a strategy of reduction and relativism to confuse folks on the main moral issue, and then everything becomes our fight. The illegals become our fight. Ukraine becomes our fight. Gaza becomes our fight. Iran becomes our fight. Mexico becomes our fight. Everything becomes our fight, but the financial, educational, and cultural and spiritual upliftment of Black people so that we are solid in our homeland. Everything but what we need to be taken care of becomes paramount because they said this is an issue, and if they can deport them, they can deport you. Where are you going to deport me? Please tell me where the government, since you know so much and you're there every day. Like, this is the stuff that I don't understand. If you folks like Hakeem Jeffries, aka Sheehan Obama, is there every day, why can't you give me the details of this plan where they're going to put us back in chains, where they're going to deport foundational Black Americans, where they're going to put us in gulags, put us in internment camps, put us in gas chambers, because apparently Orange Man ain't just bad. Orange Man is new Hitler. I'm trying to understand how y'all say this with a straight face and all that education. Let me find out something real quick. But yeah, look how weird that map looks with that red coming straight down the middle. I'm trying to understand. Sean said the dentist asked me for ID. Liquor in the cannabis shop too. Middle class becoming an unreachable dream. Yes, because they keep playing in your face and they're making money. When I did ARP in the morning yesterday, they showed a story outside of Chicago where a Walgreens was closing down because it kept getting robbed. And the alderman showed up to the protest and got on the microphone and was like, yeah, you know, this is a shame. This shouldn't happen. Bop, 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 bop. But my whole thing is, you're an alderman and I know what the budget is. And because the budget is in the billions, I'm trying to understand why you can't just say, you know what? I'm going to pay the cost of the insurance premium and the deductible so that we can keep this store here. If it's that important for you that grandma go gets her $35 insulin, why aren't you taking care of that? And if you know that they can't, the old people who live in places where they don't have transportation, then why aren't you getting a couple of them short little, you know what I'm talking about, like the paratransit, short little bus van jip joints, like the kind you see at the airport? Why can't you get a couple of those, finance it, because you're going to write it off anyway, and make sure that they have transportation, tell them how to create a website, the whole nine. But see, you won't do that. But what you will do is show up and act like you're fighting for the people when you don't have anything, wait for it, because I know Roland hates this word more than anything, tangible to give to people. And then when somebody like me comes along and points it out, then all of a sudden y'all sitting, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. And anytime somebody tells it to you, it's a problem. Uh-oh. LS says they're going to deport me to the West Side. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. They're not deporting me to the West Side. Yo, Testify 87 said, new to the chat, but not to the Real Black Agenda. I bought the book and finished it twice. He bought him the book. He finished it twice. He understands Dave is super damn nice. Business bully got them dope bars. Listen, this here tells you everything that they're going to do. That's why they don't want you to read it. That's why they banned it from the Breakfast Club, because they don't want you to get the information. Because I done did that. Like, what did Kanye tell Sway? How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't been doing this as long as me. You ain't been doing the education. Oh, Dave did the education. Your boy did the education. That's why they're afraid of me. That's why Roland Martin won't bit his no neck having behind up here, 17 chins in a tiny chin strap. Oh, bubble face looking. What's the name of that damn movie? My Big Hero 6 looking ass. The hell? Doesn't make no sense. Teasy said, yeah, we had two in Wichita that closed for the same reason, because they are getting robbed. You're not going to keep losing money if you're getting robbed. Down here, they don't play that. I forgot some meat in a bag, and they was like, the cops hem me up. was like, yo, you robbing. I'm like, no, I just forgot the meat was in the bag. I got a little attention deficit disorder thing popping. But that's how serious it is up here. So don't tell me what can't be done. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, y'all got to start having a real conversation. 10, 20, 30 said, Roland is one of the worst, but I am not 100% sure if he is ill-intentioned. He's ill-intentioned because he got paid 6 figures from Kamala Harris to not ask her any hard questions. He says it's for advertising. What advertising did he do? Show me the commercial. His intentions are ill because what is he doing systemically for the black community? When is the last time you saw his roly-poly ass in the hood? Stop making excuses for these leading blacks. R.I.P. to Julia Hare. Love you, sister. But the truth of the matter is, stop making excuses for these leading blacks. He is not a black leader. He does not take care of his body. He does not take care of his mind. Anybody who disagrees with him, he automatically starts calling them names. And then he wonders why somebody like me comes along. Bitch, I'm Batman. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You want to put on the clown makeup for Kamala? You want to dance around like a wind-up penguin, exploding all over the camera, calling people dumbasses? Well, guess what, buddy? I'm the anti-Roland. I'm the dude that's going to tell you the truth. First of all, I'm so upset right now. I am so upset right now. I am really upset at what just happened in the chat. And I'm going to tell you why. Hold on. I'm going to share this because it was disrespectful. And I don't want nobody to kick Sean out the chat for what you're about to see. But Sean said something so disrespectful, I don't have a choice but to give you the visual. I got to give you the visual because Sean just said, listen, Roland looked like Heathcliff the cat. Heathcliff, no one should terrorize your neighborhood. The difference is Heathcliff was in the streets. Roland Martin's more Garfield. All he does is stuff his face, kick people when they're down, and eat lasagna 17 times a day. Heathcliff was of the people. Heathcliff hung out with the alley cats. Heathcliff was good in every hood. I'm not saying that Heathcliff isn't badly built, but Heathcliff will scrap. He will fight. Roland Martin can't throw no punch unless he's actually taking a cup and throwing it across the room. That's the only punch he know how to throw. He know how to throw a Hawaiian punch. That's about it. This ain't your leader. Roland's okay with baby mama culture keeping us down because he couldn't even get a baby mama. His wife left him and then went and had kids with somebody else because she ain't want kids with him. And I think we know why. He was watching Cheeks on an iPad. Anyway. TP Smooth said, Batman was a rich man that liked beating up poor people. He could have fixed the streets by buying the politicians and police. And that's what I don't get because the mob was buying politicians and police left and right. Ow. Have I been misgendering Roland this whole time? Is he really Rolanda Martina? I didn't know. O King Johnny said, black folks are the best at talking and masters at pointing at the problems. We need solutions. I gave y'all solutions. So please, this ain't the place to come with what's the solution. But if any of you feel it in your spirit, again, come on up here. Come on. We can talk solutions all day. I gave y'all solutions. Talking politics, but his eyes bad. Oh, blue team lover, yeah, he ride that. Listen. He said Bruce could have kidnapped the politicians, intimidated them as Batman, making them do what he wants in both the daytime and the night. Just my thoughts. That is a very good point. But you also have to remember that you're dealing with somebody who's mentally damaged. Ten 20 30 says, I've seen Roland Martin under a bunch of IG chicks pages with hard eyes. Of course you do. He's probably hypersexual because, I mean, who's going to sleep with him? Who going to sleep with him? Johnny, he promoting it. Fool, you ain't listening. Are you now, fool? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Love from Chicago, AJ, where 4542. A lot of these people is keyboard killers. A lot of these people is thumb thugs. You think Miss Piggy will sleep with Roland Martin? Miss Piggy don't like her men fat. She like her men thin. If Kermit the Frog is any indication, she's not going for nobody that looks like three big ass snowballs put together to make a snowman. I'm sorry. I mean that. Somebody says the $40 chicks he pays $4,000 for. So that's where his Kamala money went, allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only on Earth too. Epsy said, I just said a solution, no more baby mama culture, no more men leaving the household, both genders at fault for that. And we wonder why kids are all kinds of effed up. Absolutely. GP Smooths and everybody talk about the hypocrisy of Batman. Stay on topic. Don't let your ADHD win. I'm fighting every day. What did R. Kelly say to Gail King? I'm fighting for my life. Yo, that in and of itself is hilarious. Hilarious. Listen to me. They want you to stay stupid. You know what I should do? Now, Trump, I don't know if y'all heard this or not, but Trump is going to Beijing and he is going to be talking to Z. And he's going to be talking about what needs to happen when it comes to trade, rare earths, semiconductors, geopolitical pressure, all of that. So it's a business owner topic, and you know, China's crazy. So small business owners better start paying attention to China, these tariffs, the shipping, the rare earths, the chips, because your business isn't local if your LLC has a cute name and a Canva logo. Like, I need y'all to start paying attention to what's happening overseas. Like, one of my business partners who does a lot of my t-shirt manufacturing, we have infrastructure and fulfillment out of China. So I remember when Biden had blocked the ships from coming in. Oh Lord, yo, I'm telling you, I wanted to choke that old man out and put him out of his misery. It is actually true about Batman, but no, I'm not gonna let it get this. 10-20-30 says we really need to petition these courts for family law because women have way too much control and it's been a hindrance. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. This is extremely interesting. The reason that we'll never get this family law situation under control is because the governments, both federal and local governments, make too much money off the child support vibe. Think about it. When that child support comes through the court system, the government takes their cut before your baby mama or your kid sees anything. So when that happens, what you gonna do? That's how that works. So for me, it's absolutely insane. It really is. Oh, $5 super chat from the homie Teasy says, off subject. That Fine Black Amazing track is God tier. Locks, lips, hips, skin. That's the FBA again. Shout out to Dave. The wife loves it. Thought I made it for Mother's Day. Nope. That's 100% me. It's 100% me because I don't feel like foundational Black American sisters get a theme song, and I wanted them to have one, and I wanted it to be very obvious that I was talking about foundational Black American sisters exclusively, because we don't get that. and they are fine, they are black, and they are amazing. I just think that's the most beautiful thing in the world that I could do. Like, I don't feel like we get enough of that when it comes to our sisters. So I'm glad you love it, man. That means the world to me. And shout out to the wife. Please tell her thank you for supporting. If she loves that, she is absolutely going to love this Foundation Beats album I'm dropping. Uh-oh, we got a new person. What up, TC123SXM? Hey. How are you? It is good to see you here. Thank you for coming. Super dope. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Listen, listen, there is nothing beautiful, nothing more beautiful than a fine, black, amazing FBA woman. I'm here to tell you, if you don't love your sisters, you don't love yourself. I'm sorry. These women out here just absolutely glad to be here. Glad to have you. Absolutely. But yeah, the child support system is diabolical. And I know a lot of people use that a lot, but it literally is diabolical. It is set up so that you wind up broke, or they can weaponize it so that you wind up in jail because they got you in arrears. And you got so much money to pay back, you'll never get out. And you know what they get? Free labor, money to keep your butt in there. It's insane. It really is. And it bothers the hell out of me. It really does. And I'm here to tell you, it just doesn't make any sense. Let me see. I'll be chill, says Dave. What do we talk about? You making sense before 12 p.m. Eastern. You're right. I'm trying to tell you, my friend Sean Levert died in jail behind child support. It's horrible business. Horrible business. Epsy says, EBT holds us back. We are subservient and lazy to the system with it. First of all, if anybody's subservient and lazy to the EBT system, it is white women. It is white women. We just become the poster child for this. Now, per capita, are we the biggest group on it per capita? Like, if we were to magically inflate the numbers so that white people and black people are on the same level? Yeah. But why is that? When you go into densely populated, historically black neighborhoods, the factory jobs are gone, the labor jobs are gone, the local businesses are not owned by foundational Black American. You know, so it to me does not make any sense. It does not make any sense to act like there's not a factor of that. I'm sorry. That's it. What you mean, holy shit, he understands per capita? I'm a business owner, you raggedy bitch. Like, I don't know who you think you're dealing with. What is you talking about? I'm clear to call balls and strikes. Brad. We automatically know what Brad is. An infidel, a traitor, a simp, a sap, a sucker to the game. You the reason I'm going to take a 6-mile walk today, Brad. Because y'all think it's fun out here. But here's the thing, Brad. What you ain't going to do, because we know I can, y'all smell it? I smell it from here. You know what it smells like, right? It smells sassy. It smells like,
Nah, run that back. Hold up. Did he just? Yeah, we clocking that. That's a sassy alert. Hold up. Boy, you're doing the most in the shirt. Wait. Why you capping like that? Bring it back.
Yeah, pause. It's your sassy ass. We get it. You hate white people, so I hate a lot of my family then, huh? Now, I hate white people. That does not hold up. If you did an ounce of research instead of having your head up your caveman-derived ass, you would realize I don't hate white people at all. So what are you talking about? You are living proof that your mother should have swallowed or had you emptied out on a napkin, sir. Or she could have just spit by the side of the road when she was done doing her business on your daddy. But no, she let him gush in you, and now we've got your bacon smelling, dog smelling ass around here talking about I hate white people. I don't hate white people. I hate stupid people, regardless of race, creed, color, or sexual preference. And right now, you're a mess. I'm sure she's a nice lady, and I'm sure she's collected a gang of knee pads between 1986 and 2024. I'm sure your mama's a saint. She's Saint Knee Pad. Please don't come over here like this. I will wash you, sir. Don't you ever fix your thin, monkey-looking lips to talk over here like you somebody. My bowel movement is more educated than you, sir. Please sit down. I didn't say whether or not your mom was married. I called her a whore. And with that, in case you forgot, do the moderators want to get in before I do? Thin lips, yeah. Monkeys have thin lips, you nincompoop. You're not even a nincompoop, you're an incompoop. You ain't got no fucking money, so you don't know how the world works. Yo, I want y'all to listen real quick. I just got this in. I just found it. It's a picture of Brad's mama. It's a picture of Brad's mama. I want y'all to see Brad's mama because Brad's mama needs y'all to pay attention to her. She does. So let's get y'all to see Brad's mama for who Brad's mama is, because Brad thinks I ain't got time today, but I ain't got nothing but time. I have nothing but time because I own my life. See Brad's mama's thin lips, how badly she's built, and how stringy and disgusting her hair is. Like mama, like son, huh, Brad? You raggedy bitch. Get your ass up out of here. Banned. Again, if and you want this, feel free to bring your ass up here. Not Rudy Poo, candy ass Brad. G. Ryan B says, you really is a bully. No, bully is an acronym. It stands for Black Unapologetically Living and Loving Yourself. My name Dave stands for Don't Fuck With Me. That's how that goes. I'm not him. See, Roland Martin will sit there and go, bip, 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 you call you a dumbass. I will make a hit record out of you. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a record called Brad's Mama's a Bitch. So, G. Ryan B, is there anything else you'd like to say before you get booted? Or do you stand down? Because again, you can come up here and you can get washed. Like, I don't know who y'all playing with. I am a man with nothing to lose. I was raised by a man who believed in scorched earth. So do you really think I care about how you feel about me? Whereas though you can sit up here and talk to me crazy? Look at Smokey's choice. Oh, that's a good one. No, let me write that down. See, this is what happened. My daughter cleaned my office, so I don't know where my ID envelope is. But listen, we can always start another one. And that's what we're about to do, because he just said, I'm going to have a song called Simple Simons. Yes, I will. Play with me if you want to. Simple Simons. Neck. I'm going to call it Simple Simons. The hook going to say something like neck going missing. Yeah. I'm going to have this fleshed out by Friday. Simple Simons is going on the Foundation Beats album. I've already written at least outlines for 16 tracks, but no, he needs something like that. Brandon said, if Dave hated white people, you would not be allowed in this chat. I don't get down like that. I think racial hate is the stupidest thing to hate somebody on, because you can't control that your parents decided to get busy on a horny night. You can't. What you can control is how you move throughout the world. Your personality and the way you choose to interact with people with such audacity that you feel entitled to disrespect me on my platform is a situation where I'm going to G-check you, because you're used to moving through this world with what a lot of my conservative friends believe does not exist, and that's the white privilege of thinking that you matter. You don't. Sorry. So yeah, that's how that goes. Keep song notes in Grok. I don't use Grok. I got to get on Grok. Everybody's talking about Grok. I need to get on Grok. Can't get right 888 says this dude and Tariq ain't for no games. That's what I've been waiting for. Fight back. All them damn disrespects they be doing the same. Yeah, see, here's the thing, right? You got to take disrespect on your job. I am my job. My name is my job. My books are my job. My speaking engagements are my job. My music is my job. My coaching is my job. My social media marketing is my job. My PR is my job. My crisis management firm is my job. My production company is my job. I am my job. And I own all of them. So I can say whatever the fuck I want. And there's nothing you can do about it. What you going to do? Call my mama? She 80 years old. Like, what do you think this is? Oh, LS says Monkey Kingdom. Damn it, I just put my pen down. And you know good and hell well I'm middle-aged, so I got to remember where I put my pen. Monkey Kingdom is absolute God tier. See if I can get some chimp sounds too. If anybody has some like MP3s of chimp sounds other than Brad's mama getting gang banged on a Thursday night, can you please send those to me? I'd appreciate it. But back to the show. Mr. Zoe says voting is not to be taken as proof of consent. On the contrary, it's to be considered that without consent, men still find themselves forced to pay money under peril of weighty punishments. Hallelujah. That was very Shakespearean of you. I love that. I want y'all to understand that I start off every show trying to be positive. I am very Curtis Jackson when it comes to things like this. Listen, every day I wake up, I don't want no problem. But if you say you want a problem, I say no problem. So if you come this way, please understand. Well, Bradley's mom's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Yep. Smokey's choice says getting angry is self-punishment on behalf of someone else's stupidity. Oh, no. Smokey's, please understand, I'm not angry at all. I'm not angry at all. Trust me, if you knew how thrilled I was right now in this moment with the thoughts that are going on in my head, you'd know I'm not angry. I just don't take no shit. And I think y'all are used to people taking shit. See, I'm not a Yowza Boss, Jasper ass Shade Tree house coon. I'm going to say that again. I am not a Yowza Boss, Jasper ass Shade Tree house coon. So I am not going to just wilt like a little flower. I don't need your approval. Because with your approval or not, I'm still Dave Anderson. With your approval or not, I am still the master of all I survey. With your approval or not, I'm still him. I want you to understand, and I want to be exceedingly and abundantly clear on this. I want you to understand that I own my life. So even on my worst day, it's better than most people's best days. So people pray for my problems respectfully. So I'm able to have fun with trolls and people like that. That's why I do the smoke show, because I keep telling y'all it's no smoke ducked around here. There is no smoke ducked around here. Matter of fact, I can't even believe I started this show without lighting the incense. Because y'all don't seem to understand. I don't care about nothing other than making sure you understand that I'm what that is. And anybody who you think is like me is just a weak version of what I am. And I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to shrink. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why right now, because I'm going to pull it up for you. We getting Bible study today, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting Bible study today. Let's go to Bible Gateway. Let's go to Bible Gateway, shall we? Yeah, we're gonna go to Bible Gateway. Yes. Yes. So I need y'all to hear this. This is right now. And let me put it back up for you because I know y'all not getting this level of teaching on a regular basis, but I got to go Farrakhan on y'all. I got to hit y'all with this. So let me break this down in scripture. Matthew 5:14 says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Y'all got to catch these bars. Jesus goes on to say, "Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and gives light to everyone in the house. In that same way, let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." That right and of it there tells you that you're not supposed to play small. You're not supposed to be a punk ass bitch. You're not supposed to sit up here and shrink because your boss doesn't like the way that you operate. When I was a #1 salesperson in Nutrisystem at 561 pounds, every time I closed the sale, I got up from my cubicle and I ran around the floor. I did a victory lap because I wanted them to know that every time I closed the deal, I was the best in there, period, point blank. The fattest in there and the one who was selling the most diet plans. Fat as hell, looking like a stunt double for Sherman Klump or one of these people from season 6, episode 10 of My 600-Pound Life. That's funny when you look up season 6, episode 10, by the way. You'll catch that. That's what you call a meta joke. It hits right. It hits right now in your head. But then when you go and you do the research behind it, I'm not going to diminish who I am to make you feel comfortable. I am not going to dull down what I am to make you feel safe. It is not my job to keep you safe. It is your job to keep you safe. It is not my job to help you deal with your self-esteem. Self-esteem, according to the immortal Cat Williams, is esteem of your motherfucking self. It's an inside job. So for me, if my light bothers you, get some sunglasses, a helmet, and bury your head up your ass because I ain't going nowhere. Period, point blank, because God said so. That's it. DB Smooth said the same day at 7 p.m. at the men's table. Oh, and tonight, let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know who Dondre Whitfield is? Do y'all know who Dondre Whitfield is? I'm just curious if y'all know who he is. Because Dondre Whitfield, let me help y'all out. He's one of my favorite people, but he also bothers me. And I'm going to tell you why. Dondre Whitfield used to play Robert on The Cosby Show. And I'm going to show you why this brother is bothering me today. And we're going to talk about him on the men's table today. Let me go and I'm going to refresh this so that y'all can hear it. I'm going to unmute it as soon as possible.
Andre Whitfield. I'm a proud black man, and I'm reporting for duty. It was recently brought to my attention, some dude obviously looking for attention, so I won't mention his name, but I will mention his tactic. And the tactic was to mention a comment that I made during a post of Funky Dineva when he said that black men are the cancer of the black community. The comment that I dropped was that I agree and reporting for duty. If you've been following me for more than 5 minutes, you understand that I do what black men are supposed to do. I've been with the same black woman for 28 years. We have raised 2 awesome black children to become young black adults. I am not only a father to my biological children, but I am a bonus father to any child that I come across that I see is at a deficit. I wrote a book called Male versus Man, where I talk about the difference between being a male and being a man. The premise behind the book is that males look to be served while men look to be of service. The problem in society, particularly within our community, is that the black males look like the black men by virtue of the fact that we have the same structure, we have the same body parts. In my last video, I talked about how black males move from the motivation of their penis, while black men move from the motivation of their purpose. Biologically, we are the same, but our functionality is completely different. So when I said I agree and I'm reporting for duty, I did what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to take responsibility, even for things that we haven't broken. Males, on the other hand, just point fingers. They're very much like boys who haven't quite grown up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. While their bodies have grown, they're still stuck in the mental capacity of boys. They're still stuck in the emotional capacity of boys. They're still stuck in the spiritual capacity of boys. I made a post a couple of days ago talking about black men. What are we doing? And why did I say that? I wasn't attacking black men for creating situations that we see play out every single day on social media. It was a rally cry to my brothers, to my fellow men in our community that I know would take responsibility for things that they haven't even broken, but we take responsibility to fix them. What Funky Dineva was talking about was that black men have to fix this and black women can't. He was absolutely right. I'm going to tell you something else. One of the reasons why some of our black males are showing up the way that they're showing up is because many of us are not even permitted to be human. And by that, I mean, when you take a young male and you tell that young male from the time that he is a boy,
He's giving the I Have a Dream speech, so I need y'all to just bear with me and just let him get it all out.
And doesn't really understand much about himself. And you say, men don't cry. So we take away the function of a human being and then expect him to show up as human, particularly when we don't give that young male information and instruction that they need in order to perform like a man, particularly when they begin to look like one. Simply because a male looks like a man doesn't mean that he performs like one. Growing up in Brooklyn, what I learned, and many brothers like me learned, was all of the things that define masculinity, but not manhood. What we learned was, how much paper does he make? His pecs, how strong is he? Can he fight? And then his penis. In other words, how many women have you slept with? All of those things point to your masculinity, but not necessarily your manhood. The measurement of their manhood is going to come from the dedication that they have to being of service to those in their household, to those in their community, and then society at large. That really is the metric of manhood. But if no one ever teaches you that, and then since the time that you were a young child, they took away the parts that actually made you human, and then wonder why you don't show up humanely. If the only thing that we teach our young males, our young boys, is that men don't cry, and subsequently they're holding.
But wait, there's more.
All of those things that they have deep feelings about. What we are ultimately doing is we are creating the powder kegs that are eventually going to explode on those of us in our community, namely our women and other children. Many people shame black males for not performing like men simply because they're old enough to be men. And that has absolutely nothing to do with your performance. And the analogy that I draw in order to really bring this into focus is that the car that you drive doesn't care how old you are. The car that you drive only cares about your skill sets. So if no one ever gives you information and instruction about how to drive a car, you're going to wreck every car that you drive. They're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to talk about when they're afraid. They're not allowed to talk about when they're frightened. They're not allowed to talk about when they feel shame. They're not allowed to talk about any of those things, which steals their humanity away from them. And then everyone is disappointed when they don't show up humanely. Now, don't get me wrong. No one should ever have to tell you not to body slam a woman and then step on her head. No one should have to tell you that. But I will say this. When you leave a young male who is frustrated, fearful, angry, marginalized, demonized, violated, and then say that they don't have the ability to be able to express any of it without being shamed for it. Again, we are creating the powder kegs that are going to explode on those of us in our community. So when I said I agree because I knew what he was talking about. He was talking about the black males that look like the black men. And when I said reporting for duty, absolutely, because men show up to fix things that they haven't even broken. So as a man, I'm showing up to fix my community, even though I haven't done anything to contribute to it being broken. That's what men do. We show up, and we show up reporting for duty. Listen, we have got to get out of this perpetual state of competing with each other instead of completing with each other. We need to complete the nuclear family. We need to complete the community that we're supposed to be. We need to complete the brotherhood and the sisterhood that we owe each other. And we got to start doing it now because we are running out of time. I'm Dondre Whitfield. I'm a proud black man, and I'm reporting for duty. I'm Dondre Whitfield. I'm a proud black man, and I'm reporting for duty.
Ooh. Did you get all that? Don't tell the block what the block should do from $1 million view. I got an issue with somebody who's been balling out the gym since he was a teenager. I got an issue with somebody speaking for all black men based upon what a sissy say, respectfully. I promise you, I am going to take a page out of Roland Martin's book.
You got to jump in his ass.
Because what we not going to do is start falling behind. First of all, do not fall behind sissies, respectfully. And I don't mean any ill will when I say that. As a father, my daughter, my oldest daughter, when she had her period on her way to school, she called, but she called her mother. And her mother sent me to pick her up. And then she and her mother had the conversation about the protocols they had already discussed when it came to menstruation. You want to know why? Because that's not what I do. That's not my department. Oh, but Donnie Boy over here, Donnie Boy's talking to us. He's setting us straight. It's real easy to say, I've been with the same woman for 20 plus years. This the woman. Respectfully, Sally Richardson Whitfield has been one of the finest things walking the face of the planet for as long as I can remember. I saw Posse 3 times in the theater because she was in it. Sally Richardson ain't nothing to sneeze at. This man is happy. This man, it's really easy to talk about you reporting for duty when you don't have no problems, homie. You have no problems. And the problems you have are just like my problems. Yeah, they exist. Yeah, they might be a pain in your ass, but the average foundational Black American straight male would kill for them. Somebody stop me when I go wrong. Somebody tell me I'm saying something that don't make no sense. Please enlighten me. I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm sorry, but let's have a real conversation, shall we? Shall we say the things that we don't like to say? First of all, let me make this plain, respectfully. Black men have not been, nor will they ever be, the cancer of the Black community. That sentence that was created by sissy-ass Funky Dineva, who's so toxic that even the gays don't like him. Shout out to T.S. Madison if I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. The sissies don't like this bald-headed sissy. This dude couldn't keep a job on the Sister Circle. Ask me how I know. Please don't make me make some phone calls, Funky Dineva, because your bald-headed milk dud wannabe sissy Sam Jackson ass is next. But I'm dealing with Dondre first because he's my responsibility as a black man. I am really tired of these high yellow, light-skinned Negroes who have it all figured out from their ivory tower with zero problems, telling black American men what they need to do. Well, just because you break something doesn't mean that it's not your responsibility to fix it. The mechanic didn't break my car. Of course, it's his responsibility to fix it because I'm paying him to fix it. This is branding. This is passive-aggressive rage baiting because he's trying to shoehorn himself in a position that black straight men should be in. I'm talking about Funky Dineva, and Dondre Whitfield fell for the banana in the tailpipe, literally. Let me break this down a different way. What Funky Dineva did was create something that is branding, because black women, not all, so don't hit me with the not all police, just let me flow for a minute. I'm gonna get to your super chats and I'm gonna get to your comments, but I gotta get this off my chest before I go in there at 8 o'clock tonight on the men's table and flip the whole table over. I already warned the other fellas. I got something to say to that, man. Because what you're not going to do is what you're doing. Now, it sounds like accountability, but what it really is masked up rage. It is hate, it is envy, it is skin-walking behavior, which a lot of these black sissies do. But my whole thing is, and respectfully to the black LGBT male community, can we have a conversation about how you need to be focusing on yourself? Can we have a conversation about how much HIV and STIs you bring into our community while blaming it on straight black men? Can we talk about the fact that if you care so much about black people thriving, then explain why in San Francisco, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, LA, every place there's a gayborhood or a gay district, less than 2% of the businesses are owned by black, gay, queer people. Why are you over here in the straight man's land? Mind your business. This does not concern you. But no, the trans ain't your problem. Yeah, the trans are black women's problem because my daughters have to go to school, or at least had to go to school and compete. And they wanted men in their bathrooms. They wanted men on their sports teams. They wanted men in their locker room. So how dare your sissy ass sit up here talking about we're not the problem? Yes, you are. You're deflecting and projecting, and you're serving up somebody that's catching a stray. Because if we want to take it all the way there, sisters, respectfully, but I deal in facts, I do not rewrite history, I recite history. Black women have had the ball and have been the quarterback of the black community since LBJ signed that civil rights bill, and folks like Biden and Clinton and all these folks started giving y'all the baby face play. As long as you ain't got a man in the house, I'm going to pay for your whole lifestyle, which is why y'all so busy talking about providers, because white daddy government has been your provider for 6 flipping decades. But to call men the cancer of the black community is not only intellectually disingenuous, it is lazy, it's inflammatory, and it's historically illiterate. Because here's the gag. When you talk about a cancer, and I know this because my brother's grandmama, my mom Perry, she died of cancer. One of my dearest friends, Ananda Lewis, she died of cancer. Cancer attacks the body from within. Black men have been attacked from every direction: slavery, convict leasing, redlining, employment discrimination, mass incarceration, diminishment of trade jobs, being forced to go to college or be considered a pariah in your community, educational neglect, media demonization, political exploitation. At some point, grown people have to learn the difference between the wound and the weapon. And also, this cartoon villain version of black men, this thug Tupac caricature that y'all have created or co-signed is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it is. I don't need a gay man to lead me anywhere. Period, point blank. This is what happens when we start talking about foolishness and don't talk about the actual issues. But let me get back on what I'm saying, right? Let's pull up some statistics, shall we? According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, the U.S. prison population was 1.25 million at the end of 2023. And yes, men are overwhelmingly represented in prison, but that's not proof that black men are the cancer. That's evidence of a criminal justice system, economic deprivation, policy failure, community trauma, and individual choices colliding in one ugly American casserole served up with my body. And because black men are over-policed, over-sentenced, disproportionately sentenced, and under-resourced, You can't just throw incarceration data without looking at the system wrapped around it. I go over this in depth in the Real Black Agenda. Otherwise, you're not analyzing data. You're just doing statistics for the sake of it and letting the part that makes you feel good cover your narrative. But when we talk fatherhood, because we're the cancer, right? The Center for Disease Control's National Center for Health Statistics found that Black fathers who live apart from their children were less likely than white or Hispanic fathers to have gone a full month without eating a meal with their non-resident children. Hispanic fathers were at 58%, white fathers at 35%, Black fathers at 31%. Black non-resident fathers were also less likely than white or Hispanic fathers to have gone a full month without playing with their children, and less likely than white or Hispanic fathers to have gone a full month without helping them with their homework. That doesn't mean that every Black father is doing what he should. But I'm not going to tap dance in the data like it owes us rent. But it does mean that Black men do care about their children. So this whole Black men don't care about their children. I need to report for daddy. Set your Sailor Moon ass down. That narrative is not as clean as people pretend it is when they're trying to perform for clicks, claps, likes, and clout. Now, from an economic place, Black unemployment is still structurally higher than the national average. Just 6 weeks ago, Black unemployment rate was at 7.1% according to the Federal Reserve economic data. And that's using the Bureau of Labor and Statistics numbers, right? Black men didn't collectively wake up one day and decide, we ain't going to work, we lazy. No. You have to talk about labor market discrimination. You got to talk about education gaps, hiring bias, geography, and criminal record barriers, and generational wealth exclusion. And despite all of that, according to Pew Research, Black people are still building. The majority Black-owned business firms in the U.S. grew from 124,000 in 2017 to almost 195,000 in 2022. And the gross revenue jumped from 127.9 billion to 211.8 billion. That don't sound like cancer to me. That sounds like entrepreneurship under pressure. So again, Black men are still behind nationally when it comes to education because we ain't built for it like that. Let's call a spade a spade. I am, because I'm a scholar. But the kids I grew up with weren't. They were good to work with their hand. And what did they do in my 10th grade year? They got rid of all the welding. They got rid of all the metal. They got rid of all the auto body shops. They got rid of a Job Corps. So what are we talking about? When you say Black men are the cancer, you don't just indict the guilty, which is a small percentage of Black men. You smear fathers, husbands, teachers, coaches, mentors, pastors, entrepreneurs, veterans, caretakers, truck drivers, barbers, professors, builders, protectors, and the quiet men who are holding their families together without ever getting a thank you, a headline, or a soft, safe place to land. And that, to me, Dondre, is where I draw the line. You can critique behavior. I'm cool with that. You can challenge dysfunction. I'm also cool with that. You can call out abuse. You can confront misogyny. You can demand maturity all day, every day, 6 times on Sunday. But when you try to reduce an entire group of people to a disease because nuance don't go viral fast enough for you, that's a problem for me. We are not the cancer. We're the immune system. Some of us are the scar tissue. Some of us are the unpaid security. Some of us are the emergency contact. Some of us are the last functioning beam in the house that holds everybody up, but everybody keeps blaming for the house leaning. So respectfully, I'm not going to let that slide. And I promise you're going to catch a bad one tonight, 8:30 Eastern at the men's table. Respectfully. Now let's get to some of these daggone super chats. Oh, Teasy said, how much for mentorship, Dave? If you do that, I do that. Shoot me a message. We'll talk about it and we will make it happen today, my friend. My bad. I didn't even see that super chat. So let me get back here. Mr. Zoe 1370 says, hard times don't create heroes. It's during the hard times when the hero within us is revealed. Bob Riley. He said he's going to flip the table like lean on me. Yeah, I'm going in there like Mr. Darnell. You damn right. Because you're not going to sit up here and disrespect Black men. Yeah, no, yeah, the Gaberhood. That's what it's called. In Philly, it's called the Gaberhood. I'm sorry. I work too hard. I know too many brothers out here who work too hard. The majority of us are good. The majority of us are flawed, yes, but we are good. We are not the cancer. The cancer is this rhetoric. Y'all love to talk about Black on Black crime. What about Black on Black disrespect? Why is it we got so much gay Black audacity running around talking about what Black men do? you'll put on a cape for somebody who has a mental disorder, but won't put on a cape for the people who have been holding this community down, who have been ostracized, thrown out of our homes, disrespected, told that we're not good enough because we're not providing Steak 48 dates on the first date. If you don't sit your raggedy ass down, I'm sorry. And the black women are the only ones in Funky Dineva's chat, because who the hell else want to deal with her? I'm sorry, him. I'm sorry, it. But y'all don't want to have that conversation. And we still standing like, my bad, y'all. Antoine Fisher's story hits very similar to mine. And so every time I see his name, it kind of just stops me in my tracks. Yeah. It comes from this sissified ideology, and I'm not here for it. All you bussy bandits, go on over there, play a Sylvester mega mix of You Make Me Feel Mighty Real mixed in with Sandwell's What in the Butt, and stay the hell out of straight men's affairs. Yeah, no, I'm sick of the bussy boys too. William says, say no to limp wrist leadership. Absolutely. If Dondre want to report to duty to a sissy when he has a stallion at home, that's his business. But around here, nah, homie. This is tree-hugging liberal light skin talk, and I ain't having it. I'm going straight Umbakuan. We will not top it off. Nah, homie. Thank you, 10, 20, 30. Joe Biden is the most racist president of your lifetime. We don't want to have that conversation. This dude be smoking their boots in those tether debates. Tether mouth, tether mouth. Listen, ain't nobody playing no games with these folks. Man, hold on. Y'all are hitting me with these cash apps. $, the business bully. Thank you so much, William, for the $25 cash app. Really appreciate that. Done 1629 says, that's right, brother. His words are empty, no connection, only noise. Because they're far removed. That's why on Shill Music, if you've got the album, and it's available everywhere. If you've got Apple Music or whatever, yeah, you can listen to it, but I would really prefer that you buy it, because me getting, tenths of pennies ain't doing me no good. Floyd says, is there two different shows playing at the same time? No. Albie Chill said, Dave got the Kevin Gates right this morning. Keep cooking, my brother. I got no choice. I'm cooking better than y'all super chat, and I will say that. Floyd says, facts. Now, Job Corps was horrorcore, absolutely, but you still walked out with a certification and a diploma. That's it. Black men are not cursed by God. That came from Brigham Young. That's that old Mormon talking point. Right. EDC says, I'll never take advice from someone that can't be a man. Sorry, if you can't cut it as a man, why am I taking your advice? Hate to break it to you. Mr. Zoe says, the key issue is folks creating unfounded comments and generalizing black men. They come with no data. They don't need to come with data, because on the internet, all it is feelings. That's why I spent so much time saying, according to the Center for Disease Control, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, according to the CDC, because y'all don't believe it unless it's in writing, because I got to prove it. They get to say bullshit, and then I got to prove it. Y'all ain't asked Roland Martin to prove one thing when he said they're taking away our voting rights. You got to dump it his ass. When I tell you this will be the most explosive men's table you have ever seen, I am wearing my Killmonger chain for this. Is this your king? I'm just asking. Ladies and gentlemen, is this your king? No, homie, I'm your king. This right here, this is light-skinned 1%er behavior. This is light-skinned 1%er behavior, and it's going unchecked for far too long. I said what I said. I don't give a goo gob damn if you clip it and send it to Dondre Whitfield in his DM. He gonna see me tonight. And he's going to have to stand for each and every one of those words. He's going to have to be ready to back it up. So I hope he takes the next, what is that? 8 hours and 23 minutes and brushes up on his statistics. I hope he does. Otherwise, he's going to get washed and I'm going to send him and his gorgeous wife a chamois. I promise you. Y'all need to get them likes up. Y'all need to get super chats up. I'm telling y'all right now. Cornell said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. Absolutely. Tony's opinion says the gay agenda has always been hidden in policies pretending to focus on Black American issues. And that's my issue. I'm not saying that there's not work to do. I'm not saying that there is not accountability that needs to be taken. But by that same token, where's the accountability for random, wanton baby mama culture? Where's the accountability for systemic racist policies? Where's the accountability for No Child Left Behind that was created by the George W. Bush administration and expanded exponentially by the Obama administration? Where's the accountability there? See, everybody want to be accountable until it's time to be accountable. Yeah, make sure you do. And no, I'm not saying Whitey is to blame, but if you think that that's what I'm saying, do me a favor. 555 is alive. Oh, Johnny 5 head ass. Bring your ass up here. There's a link. Come on up here. But you won't, because every Wednesday I sit here like Akon. Lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have no one who wants the smoke. Oh, slow Biden. Do I have that written down? No, I need to write that one down. That's actually pretty damn good there. I'll be chill. Slow Biden. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I am having a contest. When I get to 100,000 subscribers, somebody is going to get a $50,000 coaching package with me. I'm going to help you build, grow, scale your business. TZ says album is highly recommended. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Biden loves Black people, but not enough to do anything for him, just enough to make sure that we keep him in office. You ain't wrong. Yeah. The Jim Crow law in order to control Black men, make them hate themselves. Okay, that's just weird. I'm not even putting that up. That's stupid. You could hear him slathering that KY jelly twixt his crack during that casting couch audition monologue. He gonna get the part if he ain't careful. Listen, Bavu Blake's out of Austin, Texas says just because you play the role doesn't mean you get the part. It's the shorts versus live full video. That's why you have two different chats going. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so there's one for the phone because the vertical view, and then there's one, for the horizontal YouTube view. I both put them up, so I'm definitely trying to make that happen for y'all. Yeah, there's two streams, the phone stream and the regular stream. Money eases the pain says if the women are not protected, they can get raped and taken advantage of, and the kids are up for grabs. Well, our community's been up for grabs for 60 plus years, so I'm definitely with you on that, though. It is two live going on at the same time, though, Dave. And Job Corp saved my life for real, even though I got kicked out before I got the trade. Oh, that is horrible. And by the way, both chats come to me right here, so I get to see both chats. Job Corps, I was there for 2 years in Arizona. It was cool, absolutely. Yeah. I did Job Corps, been a chef at Four Seasons for 30 years. Cornell Davis, listen, if ain't nobody done it, I salute you, family. I salute you for that. Congratulations. Why are Blacks always the victim? Who said we're the victim? I ain't nobody's victim. I do state facts. Whether you like those facts or not does not change them from being facts. But again, if you want some, if you would like some, I am begging you, please, all you got to do is hold on tight and don't let go. Bring your ass up here. Come on up here. But see, you won't. You won't come up here, but you'll talk real greasy in my chat because you're trying to be a weapon of mass distraction. But that's okay. If you don't want to see the show, you're going to be the show. I got no problem making you the show at all. Eric said, I went to Old Dominion Job Corps for electrical wiring, a skill they can't take away from you. Dunn 1629 says, brother, what a wonderful time being alive. I can feel that FBA ancestral spiritual connection without saying a word. It's real as breathing. Absolutely. Not Wiz Khalifa Wednesday, come get the smoke, Albie Chill. That's crazy. Joe Button's voice coach says, Dave, how do we bridge the gap with your ideology and his? Do you have a solution? I agree with you, though. I do think that there needs to be a lot more mentorship, a lot more programs. But see, here's what nobody talks about. And you can do your research on this. I created a supplementary education initiative called Black Boys Win, I think in like 2017. And when I went to the Breakfast Club to talk about that and my book, Sell It Like Jesus, I was talking about how Black boys are disproportionately just left to the system, be set up for that school to prison pipeline at a disproportionate rate than any other group in America. And, you know, I said, I'm calling this initiative Black Boys Win. And Angela Yee said to me, yeah, but what about Black girls? I was like, do you not know Beverly Bond? Shout out to Beverly Bond. She has a thing called Black Girls Rock. They got a t-shirt line in Target and an award show on BET. Black boys have nothing. So I'm not here for that. To me, that was as ignorant as saying, well, I got cancer, but Dave, what about full-blown AIDS? Am I Magic Johnson? What is we talking about? Let's not move the needle here. I think we need more mentorship programs that are fully functional. I think we need to start petitioning our city councils and our town councils for at least 0.1% of their annual operating budget that needs to be dedicated to making sure that Black boys get education that they need, that they are well fed, that they are well trained, that there is an emphasis on physical fitness, financial stability, financial literacy, having a growth mindset, making sure that there is some level of training, protection, respect. Send these boys to charm school, send them to dance, put them in drama, give them something more than a ball to play with other than the two they got in their pants. That's how you bridge the gap. Those are solution-based things. Hold the church to account. If $33 million a week is going to the Black church every single Sunday and our communities look like trash and our boys don't have anywhere to go, then some of that money needs to be redirected to either expanding what the churches have in our neighborhoods or annexing a lot of these abandoned schools, abandoned recreation centers, and giving them places to go. Oh, I got solutions for days. Put a week on it. I got the Real Black Agenda, and I got Weapons of Mass Distraction, which comes out in February. So yeah, y'all can what's the solution me all you want to. I got that. So I do think that there is some common ground, but that ain't gonna stop me from checking him respectfully. He need a G-check. That's just what that is. TZ said, I got kicked out of Job Corps for the dumbest thing. I didn't like showering in the men's bathroom, so I found the prettiest little honey, aka my second baby mama, and used hers. Well played, sir. Well played. Afro Nerd Radio is here. Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Good morning, Dave. What's up?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Not bad, man.
Good.
Not bad. So just briefly,
Come
I
on.
don't want to take up too much of your time. Man,
Okay.
you are a lifesaver for the community based on what you're saying. You're getting closer to what I think in my brain, what I think the no-brainer kind of stuff. You're actually emoting it live to us. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I got kind of a connection to Dondre. One of my best friends went to school with him, like one of those entertainment schools in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And actually, when he came out recently, the way he was speaking, I said, okay, this guy's kind of getting it. But then when he went left with this gay cat that started talking about straight Black maleness, and he kind of capitulated to that, I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? So I think, unfortunately, you know, he's still caught up in the Hollywood system. I appreciate his wife, because his wife is doing some stuff, power stuff behind the scenes. What is it? The Gilded Age. I think she's behind the Gilded Age TV show. So they think that they're doing certain things that are important, right? But when you're dealing with these Hollywood types, unfortunately, they don't have the information. They're not really close to the street, really, and they're getting directives, right? So him having to placate to this gay agenda, and I'm not here. You know, I got to be careful with my words. I don't want to misspeak about them. I don't need that smoke. All I feel is, but I do feel.
No, leave that to me.
I'll leave it to you. But I do feel there's this issue that we can't have the traditional straight black male lane for nothing. We can't. We're not allowed. We're not. Someone is what you just said with the Charlemagne thing. Anytime you start talking about the needs for black men, certain black male quote unquote feminists. Shout out to Dr. Mark Lamont Hill.
Hey, Mark.
You know,
hey, girl.
I'll let you have that. All right. It just seems as if we, you know, when you have the Dr. T.S. Johnson, you got the Dr. Curry, you got a lot of data out here.
Sure.
That's very specific to black men and what we need to excel.
Correct.
And we have black men and unfortunately some black women are kind of aligned with white feminism. They're preventing our egress. And I'm like, what is going on with this campaign against black men moving a certain way, walking upright and taking control? That is the most obvious thing I can see right now, is that there's an issue with black men specifically. The late Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, 30 years talked about this, right? So it's very evident that there's something peculiar about the black male. And I don't get why some of our sisters, not all, but some of them are kind of aligning that, well, we have to keep you down too, or if we got it out the paint, which they really didn't, they're getting subsidized. But when there's, you know, my brother's keeper, remember a few years ago, President Obama's initiative.
Stop right there. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I want you to hold your thought. Do not lose your thought. But I got to provide context. My brother's keeper was another trick bag shoehorn situation where it helped minority boys of color more than it helped foundational black American boys, statistically and factually. But continue.
Okay. I'm not going to debate that. That's true, right? But even then, even if we're going to say it was half black males or whatever the metric is.
Hold that thought. Let me get this bitch ass motherfucker out of here. No M3F70. Blacks are always the victim. Told you. So I'm about to victimize your bitch ass with a boot and a band. There you go. Continue, bro.
Oh yeah. That there were sisters that came out, not all, that came out and said, "Well, what about us?" As if, well, look, there's got to be some focus on black boys and black men. Yeah, like just off rip. So I don't understand this need to say, well, what about us? And there are programs for you, but when we start talking about programs that are specific to black men, all of a sudden there's got to be some pushback, or we have to put it, compartmentalize it, or what have you. To the person that talked about victimhood, enough of this. This we don't have time for this BS today. Chronology is not victimhood. Really stating facts is not victimhood. If we talk about, you go to a mathematician and he puts on the board 2 + 2 = 4, and you yell out, "You're a victim." That's the equivalent. When we start getting into the facts, so this is when you don't have an adequate response, you start getting into this baby mess. I don't want to curse, but you know what I'm getting at.
I know exactly
it's nonsense. It's a way to get you off your square. That's not happening today. We have libraries full of data that dictates the black American story.
Correct.
So if you're going to start calling us victims, call the man of the Jewish faith a victim, call the Native American man a victim, call the whites that received money, received property by the thousands of acreage during the Homestead Act, call them victims as well. So they don't want to talk. See, when you start talking about the facts, all of a sudden it's humana, you're a victim. No, chronology, knowing how to tell time is not victimhood. Sorry, that's not happening today. So I just wanted to holler at you for a minute, Dave. Keep on kicking it. But yeah, man, if you need assistance in any way, the time is now. Whatever I can do, I'm here to be, you know, a soldier, because I'm very comfortable in my black male positioning. I'm very comfortable in the facts. Even this, how would I say this? Even what's happening historically, and being proud of FBA, quote unquote FBA culture. We've got to get on top of that as well. There's money to be made. I'll just leave you with this thing.
Yes, sir.
There's so much money left on the table.
Yes, sir.
That everyone else is able to grift on blackness except black people.
Except for black people.
Except for black people.
Because we don't have the system, nor do we control it. And that's what I'll be trying to tell folks, and they look at me like I'm crazy, but the facts are the facts, man. Oh, by the way, P Zion says, Afro Nerd, how's your time traveling, friend? You crazy mofo. I guess you know.
Okay. Yeah, you know what that means? Okay. On my show, which I had a few years back, I interviewed Dr. Ronald Mallett. Dr. Ronald Mallett is building a time machine. He is a professor emeritus at the University of Connecticut. Right. If you go to YouTube, he's, it's not Afro Radio interviewing him also. There's CBS, there's NBC, all these people. So it's another, he's a theoretical physicist, not that different from Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
So on another show, when I made reference to this highly esteemed educator, all of a sudden it's giggling time. Now, when the Jewish man creates the theory of relativity, right, we don't make fun of that. Albert Einstein is a paragon. He's a god.
Yeah,
this black man
the standard of genius.
Right. This black man is only trying to utilize that theory
and tackle what Tesla may have or may not have tackled. But shout out to Barron Trump anyway.
So these self-hating black folk that are trying to clown me by saying I'm crazy mofo, right? But we do have a black man, Victor what's this gentleman's name that just went around the Glover, Victor Glover that traversed the moon. That man is to be applauded. We can't talk about this man. We want to stay on Little Uzi Vert and the Minstrels,
of course.
So we have black intellect. We have black progress, black male progress. There are black men. You just scroll down Instagram, Dave. You'll see plenty of black men and women, black men and women that are garnering deals from venture capitalists. They're creating apps. They're creating all kinds of things. But we stay stuck on stupid with the Gunners and all these fools, NLE Chopper, all these people. We placate to them. Even Megan Thee Stallion, all of that nonsense. We placate to that as if other things aren't happening. So anyway, I can go on and on, man. But I appreciate what you're doing, man.
Man, I appreciate you, King. Thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate you. Let me give a shout out to let's see who this was real quick. Super B Mays with the $10 super chat. Really appreciate you there. Shout out to that. Absolutely. And EDC Key says they parade and celebrate with those boys against, ironically, all of our best interests. Sadly, you can make open statements about black men without regard because there's no system to punish them. When people talk about how black women aren't protected, it amazes me that whenever a black man commits a crime against a black woman, 9 times out of 10, he winds up in prison. Oh, okay, cool. I thought somebody else had something to say. I guess not. Mother's Day is this weekend, and if you want to give your mama a good gift, I highly recommend show music. I do. Not just because it's my album, but because it's dope. It is dope. And I just don't know how you don't, because that album banging. Because it really is. And I don't know what's so crazy is every time I play one of my songs on this live stream that is on the album, the distributor will automatically copyright and take my money in escrow for me. So I got to go in every time and be like, nah, this is me. I created that. But yeah, I did not realize Mother's Day is this Sunday. So if you haven't gotten a gift, I highly recommend y'all go to mycreditscrub.com/Dave and get hooked up. I would highly recommend that if it were me and I were you, but that's just me being me. Let's see here. Make sure I got you covered. mycreditscrub.com/Dave. Yeah, no. Let's go ahead and make sure y'all can see this going over there and get the gift of better credit. Get the gift of better credit. It's extremely important. April says, Dave, what I talked to you about, can we do next week? Yeah, April Showers, we can make it happen. Holler at your boy. Question for y'all. what is the most important thing? And by the way, for those of you who weren't here at the top of the show, I talked about on mycreditscrub.com/Dave. If you go and you sign up, I'm going to give you $100 cash just for signing up. Plus, I'm going to give you the iPad Cheeks package of show music with all the bonuses, all the Easter eggs, all the videos, everything's in there. Plus, a track from my follow-up album, which has not been placed anywhere yet. It's called You Still Belong. You Still Belong. Yeah. You still belong to me. Yeah. You've been moving like you find out. Smile with the lights down. Can't give y'all no music. I'll be here all day doing my own music. That's horrible. I'm an artist, but I'm sensitive about my. Joe Budden says, Mr. Anderson, what's the name of the book you presented on the Breakfast Club? Well, I presented a lot of books on the Breakfast Club, but the latest one, the one that got banned, it's The Real Black Agenda, which you can get right now at therealblackagenda.com. Matter of fact, if you want it and you sign up at mycreditscrub.com/Dave, I will throw this in to the bundle. Matter of fact, I think it's already in the bundle. So yeah, go ahead and get that thing. Albie Chill says, still working with Unc to get with you, Dave. Everything's a process that my ADHD don't like. Bro, don't even talk to me about the ADHD, fam. You know, I know. You know, I know. But to me, that's a crazy situation, man. Pizon says, Afro-Nose ancestors suffered greatly. They got shitted in the mouth. Afro-Nerd claimed. Wow, that's graphic. But yeah, man, I'm thrilled about everything. Today is Wednesday. It is the Smoke Show. I'm super excited about everything. I hope you guys are really enjoying the show. I'm doing my best to give you a show that you can enjoy, a show that empowers you, also informs you. I want you to know that I'm doing this because I love my people. And I know that trying to come to y'all straight up and say, hey, let's try this, or how about this? Like, that doesn't work. I got to make sure that our people know that they are loved and they are prioritized and they feel. What story? Hold on. Instagram just said my story got removed. A story I put up April 5th. I don't even know what the story was. It went against their standards. What was the story? Graphic violence, hate speech, harassment, and bullying. I don't really do that. Nudity and sexual activity. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. So I'm confused. I don't even know what that's talking about. That is very real. I don't even know, child, but a lot of this stuff just be crazy. I don't even. These social media sites. I'm sorry, that's my bullshit allergy acting up again. Somebody bless me. Oh, na. Oh, na. Teasy said, Dave, I need my books. I got you, family. Matter of fact, let me see here. You still belong, yeah. Oh, na. I'm going to put your books out today. Oh, here we go. I got to slide to the right. Slide to the left. Real Black Agenda. I am going to because I got to put the #1 sticker on it. Yeah, we got stickers. Got that best-selling sticker on it. Look, Teasy, right there. Look. Just like that. So I'm gonna sign this in gold, and I'm gonna autograph it on the inside, and I'm gonna get it in the mail along with. Sell it like Jesus. You gonna get your books, TZ. I don't want no problem with my mods. You gonna get your books. I promise you. That's what it is. I'll be chill with the $2 super chat saying, keep growing, my brother. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not playing, man. I know what we have. When I matriculated at Temple University, they made us read a book by Russell Conwell, who is the founder of Temple University. And Russell Conwell believed in this thing called Acres of Diamonds. And that's why our dance team at Temple University is called the Diamond Gems, even though our mascot is the owl, because the Acres of Diamonds he was speaking about was the student body of Temple University. there's so much untapped ability, so much untapped potential, so many untapped resources in the foundational Black American community that everybody taps in but us. I don't want foundational Black Americans to end up like Africans. Respectfully. Africans. If you look at the continent of Africa, the only thing they all have in common is the fact that they've been colonized. And colonized to a point where they don't control, own, or operate their own resources, but they work for people who came over, took over their land and said, y'all ain't doing nothing with it. Let me conquer you. What did my man from the border tribe say in Black Panther? There's only two groups, the conquerors and the conquered. So I'm not going to let us end up like that. I keep trying to find you, Albie Chill. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if your name is spelled with an I or what's happening, but when I go and I try to find it, it don't pop up. You got to give me like your YouTube link or something. Art says, don't worry, Dave. I put out a video of a dude in a match calling me the N-word. I put it up on YouTube to expose him. And YouTube said I glorified hate speech. That's weird. I was exposing it. Yeah, I got some type of copyright thing on Instagram. Listen, I lost my Instagram once for 6 months and it sucked so bad. But I don't even know what I put up. There was this woman who looked like Ving Rhames, respectfully, talking about how men hit the wall, but she looked like Ving Rhames, respectfully. I don't know if that was a story, but like, I don't put up things that are inappropriate. I go out of my way to not put up inappropriate stuff because this is how, I make my money when I'm not on the road, and I'm not going on the road anytime soon. I'm probably not going to go on the road until like February, March of next year, outside of a one-off interview here, there, hither, and yon. I got a contract to fulfill, I think, at Clark Atlanta to do some guest lectures. But other than that, I don't plan on doing too much else. So these algorithms absolutely took the words right out of my mouth. FU2. These algorithms are geared to be anti-FBA. You ain't lying. You ain't lying at all. So, yeah, I don't want none of that nonsense going my way. Yeah, so I'm really curious to see what's happening out here, but let me tell y'all something. Disco Kryptonite says Ethiopia and Liberia have not been colonized in Africa, I believe. I might be tripping though, but Liberia is full of civil war. Ethiopia is dope, but think about it. Every time you turn around, how many Ethiopians are coming over here? At the end of the day, we're talking about 54 countries. You name two. So the other 52 countries, that's all I'm saying. Like, rock with me. But tonight, I want y'all to tune into the men's table because it's going to be fire. I promise you it is. It really is, and I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be amazing. Hold on. I want y'all to see this real quick because before I go, this is the last thing I'm going to play because I need y'all to see what Sassy Pants is talking about so y'all can understand why what I got to say is extremely important. So let's go ahead and put this up here.
Funky Dineva.
Matter of fact, let me do it like this. That way I can get y'all the bigger screen. Here we go. Let's put up Sassy Pants here.
Been good since Spoon's wedding. Somehow or another, you got a wild hair up your ass and decided, let me pick shit with Funky Dineva. And why? When people can't access you physically, they will try to access your emotions. Try to keep my peace with you.
Huh? I'm sorry. What is Fruity Pants talking about?
Okay. But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this.
Oh, so now he's going after a black woman. Okay, cool.
On record. Okay. You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And then
I'm sorry. Straight black men are the cancer? I'm sorry. Where Dondre at now? Where is Dondre at now? Yeah, he's annoying. And yeah, FU2, I got to turn the volume down. Oh, you know he voted for Kamala. I got money say he voted for Kamala. But let's get back to Sassy Pants.
I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband. And the sad part about it is I actually like your husband a lot. I have no problems with your husband.
Because because Tasha K's husband is not a foundational Black American. He's an African. Let's keep going.
You, on the other hand, Tasha, you the same raggedy bitch.
Oh, listen to this disparaging language towards Black women, but Black straight men are the cancer. Let's keep going.
That every time you see me in public, it never fails. Every time you see me in public, you run up in my face trying to be my friend.
Yeah, tonight, Dondre Whitfield is going to be on the men's table. I might throw on a suit jacket for the occasion. I might put on a different a different shirt. When I see Sassy Pants, I got 3 letters for him. R-K-O. Tonight, 8:30 Eastern. Damn, not Dondria catching strays. That's horrible. Anyway and anyhow, man, tonight, 8:30, the men's table. It will be broadcast live. I need y'all to come through with your super chats. I need y'all to come through with y'all support. I need y'all to come through with the facts. And I need y'all to bring every single Black person you know, every single foundational Black American, and any woman who believes this light-skinned man's lies, along with the bald-headed, milk-dud Sassy Pants sitting up here threatening a Black woman on television and nobody says anything. No. We're going to run all of this down and explain how that's not cancerous. I cannot, when I tell you I ain't been this excited since Nude Shoes dropped, baby, I can't wait. But again, mycreditscrub.com /Dave. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Get on. Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. Yeah, man, yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson, morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous. Dangerous.